Hey guys, LevelCap here, and this week in gaming, EA made a bold move for Battlefield 6, AMD are struggling to beat Nvidia, Doom 3 is getting VR support, and much more. EA are calling in the big guns for Battlefield 6. They released a statement titled "A Bold Move for Battlefield," detailing their plans and expectations for the game. Right now, it's on target to be the earliest Battlefield game to reach alpha status. The gameplay offers unprecedented scale, and it's taking full advantage of the next-gen consoles, which might mean 4K 120 FPS output. To help keep this pace up and finish the game on time, EA are delaying the next Need for Speed game into 2022 and moving its developer onto Battlefield 6. That developer is Criterion, who helped with the Firestorm Battle Royale and Battlefront games. EA cited fatigue at DICE's main studio in Stockholm as a factor for the move. Making any game with developers stuck at home, let alone one as big as Battlefield, is a monumental challenge. There are now 3 studios working on Battlefield 6, DICE Sweden, DICE LA, and Criterion. DICE LA have been working on the project for about a year and is focused on producing post-launch live service content. And that's pretty good news considering Battlefield 4 and 1 both got great DLC maps out of DICE LA. The reveal trailer for Battlefield 6 is already in production. EA says it's shaping up to be a truly amazing first look at this groundbreaking game. Of course, who can forget the Battlefield 5 reveal trailer, so I'll believe it when I see it. One thing that should give players hope for Battlefield 6 is that EA gave DICE an extra year to work on it. Rumors and estimates put Battlefield 5's total development time around 18 months, which is an absurdly short amount of time for a game that big. Battlefield 6 getting at least 2 years of active development can only mean good things. Just don't base your expectations on what EA or anyone else says. Every game is an opportunity for huge success just as much as it is an opportunity to crash and burn. I think we all hope that Battlefield 6 will be amazing, but it's unrealistic to say that it definitely will be based on the little information that we have. Stay tuned for more updates about Battlefield 6 as they develop. Despite rolling out some intense competition for Nvidia's RTX 30 series GPUs, AMD's market share plummeted by 1/3 over the last 12 months. Nvidia has been on a hot streak since, well, they rolled out the GTX 900 series GPUs back in 2014. At that time, there was some controversy about the amount of RAM they put on the GTX 970, but it still sold like wildfire and cemented Nvidia as a company to beat for both enthusiast and budget gamers alike. Since then, AMD has tried to compete directly, but always lagged in terms of raw performance. AMD are fighting back though. They announced the Radeon RX 6700 XT. It launches on the 18th for $479. According to AMD, it'll outperform or match the RTX 3070, which Nvidia sells for $500. The real compelling feature AMD are bringing to the table, however, is a new sales system on their website. Instead of listing all available stock for their new GPU on launch day, AMD will be doing weekly drops. They're also extending this drop system to their other GPUs and CPUs. It seems incredibly unlikely that this system will totally thwart scalpers. However, if it does and AMD can keep their GPUs in stock, it might give them a significant edge over Nvidia. People are still trying to get their hands on Nvidia hardware months after launch. Nvidia says they'll have supply issues sorted out this summer, but some people are saying it could go well into 2022. Doom 3 is getting a proper VR port. Sony revealed Doom 3 VR as part of their PSVR announcement lineup this week. It launches on the 29th and looks like it'll be time exclusive for now. Doom 3 was one of the original games Oculus used to demo their Rift prototypes. It would be great if the official VR release came to PC. Rumors are going back and forth about the PC version, and there's been no official statement to settle things. Rust's latest update added an underground freight transit system. It has tunnels and trains that players can use to travel around the map and haul their loot. The system is the first pass at a new procedurally generated dungeon system. It'll be expanded on in future updates with unique entrances, monuments, puzzles, NPCs, and more. GTA Online is getting a standalone release at some point soon. Red Dead 2 recently got a standalone version of its online experience, which massively boosted the game's player count. Of course, it didn't hurt that Red Dead Online launched for only $5. GTA's publisher Take-Two says the standalone version of GTA Online is being done because of market saturation. According to Take-Two, anyone that was going to buy GTA 5 for its single player has probably already bought it. So cutting the game up into pieces seems like the best way to sustain growth. The Odyssey expansion for Elite Dangerous is getting an alpha release on PC this month. It launches on the 29th and adds space legs to the game. The latest gameplay trailer for the expansion shows a typical mission with 2 players on the ground and 1 flying their getaway ship overhead. Despite the rough appearance of the gameplay, it looks very promising. The console version of the expansion isn't coming out until the second half of the year, but the PC version should launch in a couple of months. Destruction sim Teardown now has Steam Workshop support. It offers over 100 mods. They include new maps, weapons, vehicles, tools, missions, and more. Teardown is notable for its real-time destruction mechanics and software ray tracing that runs on basically any modern GPU. It's still a very demanding title though, so don't expect to run it at max settings on a toaster. The demo for co-op looter shooter Outriders now has more than 2 million downloads since launching on February 25th. The demo is a pretty well-rounded preview of what players can expect from the full game, but it still has many rough edges. Reviews cite issues with performance and loading screens that take you out of the gameplay when performing simple actions like opening doors or jumping across small gaps. The developers included these loading cutscenes to ensure parties don't get broken up when one player visits a new area. Microsoft are working on a fix for unresponsive inputs on the latest generation Xbox wireless controller. Players have been reporting an issue where pressing a button doesn't trigger an input in some situations. It's unclear if the problem is the controller's hardware or a software bug or just poor wireless connection. The issue affects users on both console and PC. Ubisoft recently breathed new life into Division 2 by announcing more post-launch content is coming in 2021. The game's 12th title update in December was supposed to be its final expansion, but the demand for new content from players was great enough to warrant continued support. The developers have planned a new game mode and progression changes, but they won't be launching until later in the year. The developers will be bringing back seasonal events in the interim to keep the game feeling fresh and active. They're also releasing smaller updates to fix any balance issues or make adjustments as needed. Before we get to our final story this week, be sure to subscribe and turn on notifications. Our weekly news recap covers all the major stories, but throughout the week there's a lot of smaller, interesting, nuanced stories that you definitely want to pay attention to if you like all facets of gaming. As always, thanks for your support. The multiplayer update for Watch Dogs Legion on PC has been delayed again. It was supposed to launch on the 9th. Unfortunately, the developers discovered an issue with specific GPUs that crashed the game. They're holding off on releasing the update until the issue is resolved. That could be a matter of days, weeks, or months for all we know at this point. On console, the update has also been delayed, but just until the 23rd. And that wraps it up for this week in gaming. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I'll see you next time. This is LevelCap signing off.